What's up, Neopians? I'm back here with another baffling NEOPETS video. We're here in February. How is it already February? What? Like, what about January? Did we do January? I guess we did. It was just so fast and it was so busy. So I'm finally here to talk about the NCUC debacle and all that, and all my thoughts on that, because I have a lot of thoughts. I'm kind of glad that I was too busy to record them until recently, and I had a lot of time to mull it over and think about it, because I feel like just in the last few weeks, like my opinions have totally shifted into something really well-rounded. I feel like I can't wait to talk about it. But first, we're gonna do, dailies and stuff and just kind of catch up. There's a lot going on here, as you can see, and that's not even the beginning. Like, this is still pets that I had last time we checked in. I have so many new pets because my brain will not stop writing like a 1,000 episode anime like in my head about my little gay vampire boys. I have so much more to tell you about that in another video because there's that much. Like, I'm gonna do an entire video soon. It's all recorded. I just need to edit it. Just dumping about my pet's lore. Not Neopets lore. That video is also coming soonish. It's getting there. I really am so close to getting to the point where I'm going to start filming it. Filming it's probably going to take a week, and then editing it is hopefully not going to take longer than 2 or 3 weeks, but we're getting there. So yeah, I'm going to have to tell you all about the lore of my pets, like my pet's story, and all the new pets that you're going to see, all their stories in another video, just dumping about it, because it is so much. You know how like when your head just like fucking makes shit up? But yeah, we'll start. I'll at least show them to you. I'll briefly brush over them. So briefly, because I gotta introduce them all the right way and in order, because we have a crew now. That's the thing. That's why I said it's an anime. We really have a crew now. We have like a group. We have a squad. Like, we have the friends, we got the buddies, and they all have like their strengths and weaknesses, and it's really like the friends we made along the way, and I love them all. But yeah, Mo's here still leading the pack. Banksy, I know, I love him, and like I loved his custom, but it was never what I truly wanted for him. And I'm just so happy for him now, because this has always been, the MSP Poogle in my heart has always looked like this. And that's always what I wanted for Banksy. I wanted him to be able to be like 2 feet tall and running around and biting people, biting people's ankles, biting people's legs and ankles. I've always wanted that for him, just running around like a cursed object that belongs in like the fucking Warren Occult Museum. Just running around, laughing, smiling, and biting. And now that's his life. Who's gonna stop him now? No one. Rumor, she's kind of, last time you saw her, she was probably in her like cowgirl Barbie era, and now she's back in like she just got out of the shower. She just looks so cute, so effortless. She really woke up like this. Obviously, Ryland is still here, still queer. Salt Paws is like living his best life. We love our baby. And then Trudder. You remember Trudder? Trudder's looking a little different these days, huh? Yeah, so I knew I wanted a gray Giller. I've always wanted a UC or like a nostalgic gray Giller. But I was like, I don't have room for any new pets. Like, I just don't. And then I looked at Trudder and I was like, wait, girl, I love you. And I'm about to make your life a living hell. Because you're about to get real sad real quick about something forever. Like, you're about to be sad about it forever, and also change your species. And so, yeah, because she was a loop, she was a toy loop before, but I never really knew what I was doing with her entirely. Like, I love her name. She's got the trophy. It really is like tricking people into thinking that she always looked like that. It's fine though. I'll explain it later. At first, I really was like, oh my God, Trudder, congratulations for doing fucking nothing, girl. Go, girl, give us nothing. But I've come to realize that she deserves the trophy and all her accolades. So the thing about her is that she's currently a mutant Giller. I know. I'm gonna paint her gray. Like, I know that you don't have to, but that kind of bothers me. I guess it's nice because like you can choose whether or not you want it to be a goal to paint them the color that they are. I think that's so weird, to be honest. That's like the one thing about the NCUCs that I'm like about, because I really do love them for the most part, and I think it was the best. I think it was a good move moving forward. That's what I'll say. The whole thing where they don't need to be painted the color, that's a little crazy to me, honestly. That is a little crazy, and I fear that it hurts the economy. I mean, here I am now worried about the economy on the other end. I don't know. I fear we've like girl boss too close to the sun on this one. But then again, I think it's nice that, you know, a lot of people still want to paint their pets that color. Like, I just like, and it's, I don't care about your pets. Like, I don't care if you do this. I'm not judging you at all. If you got Trudder, the blue Giller, and she looks like that, that's perfectly fine. That's great. In fact, I love you for that. I just wanted to say Trudder, the gray Giller, because I'm annoying. Velvet will be our next UC for sure. I cannot wait to UC up Velvet. And Velvet is my only plushie because reupholstered. I didn't trade her yet. She's on another account. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her because I decided that I don't know. I tried to like customize the nostalgic plushie Drake and I just like couldn't. I just wasn't feeling it. And so I was like, well, I need room for other pets. So sorry, girl. But I am keeping her for now. You know, we'll see what happens. It'd be nice if we just had like a few. I don't want 40 new pet slots, honestly. I think that's a little much. But like even just 5 more would change my life forever. I'm just saying. Even just 5 more, honestly. So yeah, Rhea Upholster's not here right now, but she's not gone. She's still with us. I just don't think that I can customize her. I just don't have an idea, but I have a great idea for Velvet. Then we got Victor, still here, still queer, still mad about everything. Vicious. I know, that's like so him, right? He is naked compared to everybody else in the story, but whatever, it's fine. He looks better than ever. I love him. He looks great. I'm so proud of him. He's such a piece of shit. You'll learn all about him in the video that's coming. So here's some more familiar faces. You know, I never get rid of my little alien babies. And then Pickle obviously is never going anywhere. Oh my gosh, here they are. This is Max. You'll learn about him. He is a vampire hunter and he's not a vampire. So, ooh, Victor, eat shit, I guess. I'm just kidding. And then this is Lowen and she is not a vampire hunter. She's a vampire sympathizer. She may or may not be related to someone that Ryland once knew. That's all I'll say. This is Laika. We'll talk about it. Kirk is not, he looks like he's a part of the story, but he's like not actually. He's just, he has a cool name and I got him in like a trade and I think I might end up trading him someday, but then again, I don't know. I like him. I mean, right now he's just like holding on to some emo shit for everybody, but I don't know what I'm doing with Kirk yet. I love him, but I tried to like write him into the story and then I'm like, who are you, buddy? Like where do you go in this? I guess he could be like one of Vicious's friends or something, but like, I don't know. I don't have room for all these like secondary characters. So we'll see. We'll see what we're doing with you, Kirk. But I think I might trade him for someone else eventually. I just think that that's such a cool name. It's a good name. It's like a real name, if you will. And it's really not a bad like misspell. Like I don't know if anybody spells Kirk like that. But then again, they probably do, right? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But eventually I am going to need to make room for my Royal Girl Psy Bunny, who has always been my ultimate dreamy, has always been like a UC Royal Girl Psy Bunny, or like a nostalgic, I guess now. And so when the Royals roll out, I'm of course going to need one. And so I was thinking maybe I would try to find someone to trade Kirk for that has a good name that I'll eventually use for the Royal Girl Psy Bunny. We'll see. Corvo's still here. He's not going anywhere ever. Hawthorne, that's my baby right there. Hawthorne's, I can't wait to tell you about Hawthorne and everybody actually. I love them so much. And he's just like the best. I just love him. I can't wait to tell you about him. He's just a good boy. He's a great boy, in fact. There's baby Croakling. You'll pry him from my cold dead hands. And then we got Callio. So yeah, we've got let go of a few of our friends here, but most of them actually are still around. Like Evie, the mutant Gillert that I had last time, I still have her on a side. And then who else? Oh, Echo, I still have him on a side. Oh, Furbiana, I still have her on a side. That's the thing. I like can't get rid of them, but I just don't have room for them here, you know. And I just like wasn't able to really do anything with their stories for the longest time. I just, you know, it's like I had to make room for the crew. Like is the newest member of the crew. She doesn't come until way later in the story. I just got her today, actually. Is her birthday fucking today? Or was it yesterday, actually? Yesterday, right? Like literally, that's like she just, 12 hours old. She just fucking joined us. So that's Laika. But yeah, Laika was not even supposed to be like made, but then she weaseled her way right into the story and now I kind of love her. And now her character is getting all fleshed out. Like they won't stop. They have a mind of their own. Honestly, they really do. But anyway, yeah, that's the crew right now. And the Neopies are here. And the prize pool is fucking insane, by the way, really honestly. And so if you don't know what the Neopies are, they're basically just like best thing of the year, like best new item, best advent comic, best new item, wearable. This is the best advent prize. Yeah, I just do not remember the prize pool of the Neopies being like this, like any other year. MSP Poogle plushie. Oh my God, right? Holy shit, what the fuck? Y'all, this is like such a huge deal because first of all, they never even had an MSP Poogle plushie, a magic. Like they had no way, you had no way to get an MSP Poogle unless you zapped it from the Ray. That was the only way to get one for the longest time. You couldn't get them from Fountain Fairy Quests. You could get them from, I got Banksy from my premium perk because I zapped that motherfucker for a year straight. And he changed into literally every other color a Poogle could be. I have like screenshots somewhere. He was every other color, but never MSP. And I had to I was like, I'll zap him. And if he doesn't become MSP by the time like my premium perk rolls around again, then I'll use it for that. And that's what I ended up having to do. But now, and this is awesome, because like they were so inaccessible, but now not only does this exist, like, cause they used to be super, super expensive. And still, it's 2 million Neo points. That's, it's a lot, but it's a lot less than it used to be because I think these were going for like a couple 100 million, right? Like they were going for a lot before they came out with this. But like, I swear they were going for so much before because they had just rolled them out and there was just only a few people who had them, So that is crazy. That's like so insane, honestly. And then we got some magical chia pops, a potato, the shroom, marble drake egg. This thing used to be like 40 million, 20 million, 2 million, 1.5 million. Insane, which is great. And like, these are very like interesting things to put in the prize pool, honestly. This is such a cool background, honestly. So is this. Oh, the Surface Pet Doggle box is so cute. Then we've got the orange rock. Amazing. The rock pet. Like, this rubber fruit is insane. This is basically like a fucking gum fruit from One Piece, dude. So funny. And that's what I got my first day because did I mention that I've gotten fucking nothing? Like I haven't gotten any of the good stuff. Yeah, of course. And then the Valentine paintbrush is here. Like just a great, awesome, very cool prize pool. Such a cool prize pool. The Illison wings, these used to be worth so much. It's really, really cool. It's really awesome. I hope I get something good at some point. Like maybe, hopefully. Please, I never get anything. Have I ever gotten anything? I didn't get shit from the Fairy Festival. I didn't get the damn pee. There was another thing that I was wronged into, I think. Wasn't there? Yeah, there had to have been. Yeah, I just never get anything. I feel like I'm jinxing myself. It's okay if I don't get anything, but I really would appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much. Why? Like, why is it? I guess I'm putting negative energy into the world, but I was manifesting that pee so hard. I was like really positive the whole time about it. I was like, I'm going to get the pee. I will. I promise. Like, mark my words. I'm going to get that pee. I did not. I never did. I did not get it. Nope. And now, like, I'm just not going to get anything good. Okay. Rookie pocket organizer. It has to be the worst one, actually. That has got to be the worst one, actually. Is it even on here? Yeah, this has got to be the worst fucking prize, to be honest. Yeah, yep. They heard me talking shit about rookies and they said, bitch, eat shit. Eat rookie shit. What's next? I don't know, cry? Yeah, so that's like where I'm at right now. That's great. Thank you so much, everybody. I would love to thank the Academy for this beautiful, gorgeous thing that I got from the fucking Neopies. Thank you so much. Like, so appreciate it. Anyway, just a broken shell of a person, honestly. And I hope that, like, I've been doing fairy quests a lot with the hopes of getting a Fountain Fairy quest so that I can gray up Trudder and make it official. But, we'll see. I haven't gotten one yet. Last time I got one was with Salt Paws, but it's fine. I mean, they're rare for a reason. That's what keeps the game fun. If you got good things all the time, it wouldn't be fun, right? Yeah, it just wouldn't be fun if you got cool stuff all the time or at all, so that's why you just every once in a while, even though I really honestly can't remember the last time that I had good Neo luck. I really can't. I cannot remember my last instance of good or even decent Neo luck, but it's okay. I'm being so negative. Look at this. See, I'm just fucking up my luck right now. I got to be more positive. I really do. I feel like things are going really well in Neopets. I don't know. Part of me is always constantly like, anytime there's like a little event, like the Neopies, like, wouldn't it be so crazy if Lord Cass crashed the Neopies? Like, I'm always constantly just awaiting the next little plot teaser or like plot, like if thing that happens. You know, I don't know when the plot is going to start, if it's going to be like in a few months or in a few weeks or tomorrow. But I will say in the latest editorial, we got to talk about it. It's just a little thing, you know, but it's actually not a little thing at all. It's a big thing. Let's go see real quick. Let's hear it. Let's catch up on the plot stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That's why I'm constantly just like waiting for something to happen to be like, shit's happening. You know, I want Lord Cass to come in and be like, hey, why aren't you giving my girlfriend anything nice? Why did you give my girlfriend a fucking Rookie pencil holder? Why? You give her that Poogle right now. You give her that MSP Poogle plushie now. So yeah, what's in the editorial about the plot? Let's catch up. Shout out to Super Koza for asking. I should probably ask some questions too. Maybe I should ask some questions about the plot. Anyway, were we all present for Orion playing the lyre at the Advent Lodge? The way Reyna said we need to tell someone suggests it was just her and Orion and Fiora. But Orion showed up at the Winter Starlight with this news, which suggests he probably had tourists and revelers and mountain/valley natives listening in. Is it top secret, known only to Fiora's closest? Is it whispers in the shadows, skeptic tank conspiracy theory, trending news story, or maybe widespread panic? Is anyone heeding Orion's order to start preparing for war? Super Kuza, great question. That is an awesome question. That's such a good point. Like, yeah, what's going on? Do people know about this? Is it like seen as a stupid conspiracy theory or what? An excellent question. I agree. Several onlookers attending the Advent Calendar festivities were present for Orion's pleas for help over the course of the festival, and a small crowd actually began to gather as he shared his visions. Although some Neopians dismissed the events, a few even claiming it was an elaborate hoax to promote his tarot cards, a sense of disquietude has already begun to creep across the globe. Whispers of impending peril have reached even the most remote corners of Neopia, and rumors circulate about the leaders of various lands preparing for the possibility of the unprecedented era of peace they've enjoyed coming to an end. Oh my god, that's so exciting. I love this. I'm so excited. Oh fuck. Shit's going down, dude. Shit is going down. I love the unprecedented era of peace. Like all that time that we spent like not in a war because Neopets was going through bullshit. Oh, I'm so excited. Hey TNT, thank you for the NCUCs. Now all our lab rats can look beautiful. Aw. Speaking of, with the upcoming plot, how hard should we train? Will those of us who have been training our pets for years and have a decent battle dome set have a challenge? Yeah, will we? Because I am in that category of people. Although we are planning on ensuring that the battle dome is accessible to new users who are not as familiar with it, awesome. There's a strong possibility. Sorry, I just can't. I'm so excited. There's a strong possibility that you will be facing off against some especially tough opponents who could give even the most seasoned battle dome veterans a run for their Neo points. Oh, God. I'm so excited. You mean like Lord Cass, for example? He's pretty formidable. And on the opposite end, we'll also ensure that users who aren't big fans of the Battle Dome still get something to do during the more battle-heavy sections of the plot. Oh my God. Sorry. It's just like, that's like a lot of information. Like that just, I don't know. We knew that like a war is coming, like the winter is coming and shit. I don't know. It's just like there's going to be more battle-heavy sections of the plot. Really? Like what the fuck is happening? Are all the villains coming back? Even Lord Cass? Really? Oh, really? Wait, really? Oh my God, that's crazy. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't even read. I can't stop like screaming. Whew, okay. Would you be able to give any more information about the upcoming plot? Exactly. No, I'm asking the same thing. I am asking the same exact thing. Oh shit, this is perfect. Okay. Although we can't share a specific date just yet, you can expect to have a few more months to prepare before the start of the plot. What's a few more months? Is that 2 months? A few. How much is a few? I'm just like so excited. How much is a few? Okay. It's like between 2 and several. So like 3 or so. So like you think 2 to 3 months, maybe. That's what I'm hoping for. 2 to 3 months, maybe. That being said, there might just be a few hints of what's coming. I cannot read a sentence. Oh my God. Okay. That being said, there might just be a few hints of what is to come popping up before the plot begins. So be sure to keep an eye out for them. I just cannot wait. I'm so excited. Oh, and one last bit of plot info I wanted to touch upon. While our brave little Phaley friend from Orion's Visions is certainly in bad shape. He's still holding on. I just hope he can get some help soon. Aesop, thank you so much, the king, honestly. And that is what we needed to know. We all really needed to know that so much. We really did. So yeah, that was the editorial information. I think it's really exciting. I am so excited for this plot, as if that even needed to be said. Wow, look at all these kind donations. No, I do the same thing, honestly. I'm like, does anybody need Flutter? Does anybody need Garunda the Wise? Does anybody not have that one yet? No, Amanda. Everybody has those ones, I promise. But yeah, I don't think I have to keep saying I'm so excited for the plot, you guys. I'm like so excited for the plot. I'm like so fucking excited for the plot, you guys. Like, girl, are you excited for the plot? Yeah, it's nice that we have stuff to do, like, while we wait. Like, I've been training, of course. Training is so expensive right now, though. It sucks. Like, all the code stones have really gone up in price a lot. Wow, I just did that, and then I went back to do it again. Amazing. No, yeah, all the code stones have, like, skyrocketed in price, honestly, because they know that people are trying to train their pets up. So there are, oh, hell yeah, I, like, never win this. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, you gotta stay positive, Amanda. God, be positive about stuff. Don't just complain. Don't complain, it's fine. So yeah, I don't know why I keep training Mosin. Like, I think he's probably fucking good, but I just am scared, I guess, that I don't know, I just want him to be better than good. But just some other things, like if you can't afford the extremely expensive circumstances that we're currently dealing with, oh gosh, she's gonna start asking me for shit I can't get soon, aren't you? It's like so heartbreaking when you get so far in these quests and then she's like, now get me this morphing potion that no one has. What? Oh my God. Am I really gonna do this? Like, it's not gonna pan out. Why do I do this? Like, why would I do this? Is this so stupid to do? I always do this shit. That's the thing. Like, I always spend so goddamn much on these. Judora, I like, is it worth it? Honestly, let's do it. Okay, I'll do it, and like this will be the last time, Amanda. This gotta be the last time that you do this kind of thing, this reckless shit. You're like such an idiot. Do you know that? Did you know that, Amanda? Oh hell yeah, yeah. Like, see, this Jub's trying to save you so much money right now. The universe is trying to look out for your ass. You're always complaining about how the universe doesn't have your back. Well, now it does. Like, it's trying to have your back, and you're ignoring it. Oh, this fucking I want this thing gone. I want it out of my sight, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm not even gonna get anything for this. Why am I doing this? Like, on the off chance that she asks for like a rainbow Aisha potion or something. You know what I mean? Like, why do I do this to myself? You're not going to win. You're never going to win. The botters are, though. Yeah, I want this thing gone. You can have it. You guys can have it. Truly cannot believe that I'm doing this. This is so stupid. This is reckless. How much does this sell for? Yeah, it took me long enough because I almost didn't help your ass, bitch. You better be so cool in the pot. Yeah, see, I guess I'll recoup a little bit of it. That's fine. Sure. Thanks, girl. It's not like I made any money, though. Just making bad decisions for my life and myself, you know, my friends, my family, everybody I love. It's what I do. It's what I do best. Let's go see what the quest is, because I've been resetting for days. I keep getting nothing. I just got this one. I don't need another one of these. I want something else. So I'm just going to do the money ones, I guess. It's okay, though. Don't complain, Amanda. Everything's fine. Please let me paint Trudder. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't want to paint Trudder. Anyway, yeah, do kitchen quests. You can get stat boosts from them. If you do get Neocash, you could do fairy quests and they will boost your stats. And that is one way to do it, so you don't have to buy extremely expensive code stones. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think I'm going to go on over to the Style Studio to see my favorite Lutari in Neopia, and we can talk about what's going on over there, because my God, is it a big deal. I actually knocked one of these down the other day, which is kind of cool. I just told you I was going to go over to the Style Studio, and now I'm doing this. Whoopsie. Let's just do this real quick. See if we knock another one over. Please wait. Never mind. Oh my God, come on. Throw the damn ball. Whose red hand is this? Am I wearing a glove like the Onceler? Whose red hand is that? Have you ever noticed that? That's kind of scary, isn't it? Like, whose fucking hand is that? Come on, just do it. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go over to the Style Studio after I'm done hitting coconuts. Come on, knock one down. Don't be shy, knock it down. But yeah, I knocked one down the other day. I had never done that in all my years of playing Neopets. I've never knocked a coconut down, but I did the other day. And I got a pretty expensive little coconut guy that I sold. I hawked him right away. So that was nice. That was a nice change of pace. I guess that was the last like Neo luck that I had. But it's like, that's what I get, you know? It's like, that's the extent of it. It's okay though. It's okay. Yeah. You know what? I think my Neo luck is going to come in the form of Lord Cass sweeping me off my feet in no time. I just want him to walk right into the Neopies, just like I'm about to walk right into the style studio. Let's go. Let's go down there now and see what's up in the style studio. And we'll talk about everything going on. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything, all of it, everything that happened and is going on. First and foremost, before I touch on anything else, what the hell is up, Umbra Pen? What's up, baby? What's up, baby, actually, I should say, because hello, we got a non-binary icon up in here. That's right. Really awesome to see that the MBs are taking over. And I know it means so much to all of, like, I have tons of friends who play Neopets who are non-binary, and I know that there's a huge player base that is not cis. And so this is awesome. And also they made them so hot. Of course, as always, they made Umbra smoking hot. Too bad, so sad for the furries in the room. Just another Neopet out here making our lives hell. We love to see it. We hate it, actually. I mean, just everything about them is fucking my entire life up, if I'm being honest. Just really out here with blue hair and pronouns doing this. Good for them. Great for them, in fact. So yeah, they are here to mess up your Neopet. And by mess up, I mean make them look as God intended, which is crazy. This whole system is insane. I wonder how long this took for them to come up with and nail down, because I don't know if anybody remembers this, but didn't they say that it was going to be a Ray? Didn't they say that? Not that I'm mad, not that that even matters. It doesn't matter at all. But if anything, that makes me think that like at the last minute they changed it, which is kind of insane to me that they came up with this in like 2 months or something. Because I feel like it was just like 2 months ago that they were talking about how it was going to be a mysterious new Ray. Am I crazy? Did that not happen? Is that the Mandela effect? No, yeah, they definitely did say it was going to be a mysterious Ray. This is not a Ray. This is an amazing non-binary art student who came to ruin our lives. And they seem to be doing it. I mean, maybe they meant our mysterious new ray of sunshine. Because in that case, then yeah, Umbra could definitely be described as a ray of light that is guiding us out of the darkness. But there's no ray here. So that's just really interesting. Again, I bring that up because if they came up with this whole situation in like under 2 months, that is insane. Honestly, it really truly is insane, because it seems like a kind of a cool system. Honestly, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts, but I am simply looking at what's in front of me and going over that first. And then I'll talk a little bit about everything, you know, everybody's thoughts and opinions and like the fallout, I guess, and the craziness of the first week and everything. I think that most of us have come around or are coming around to it. The reason that I'm so stuck on like, was this really supposed to be a Ray? Was because now they have this whole styling chamber, right? And by the way, that is so cursed. Where is my puppy's eyeballs? Oh my God. Mosin, are you in there? Can you hear me? Let's just go to Banksy. This feels like it's going to be more is going to come out of this than just the nostalgic skins, because it feels like these are skins, you know, and that is cool to me. Actually, I'm cool with that. That's awesome, actually, that there might be like this opportunity to have poses and skins and, you know, other options beyond just the nostalgic thing. And I kind of like the nostalgic thing. That's cool. That is good for me. That works for me. I think I like it. You know, I've really come around to it a lot. And that's not to say, I will get there, but that is not to say at all that I was ever really against it 100% or anything like that. But yeah, this is really cool to me. And I mean, I know it's a lot to ask for the artists to come up with all of these different poses and looks that are also customizable. That is tough. And I'm hoping that, you know, if Neopets is able to make more money through this kind of thing, then maybe they can hire more artists. That's more artists being paid, which is a thing the world needs right now. They really do. Finding a good job like that as an artist is really hard. And if that can open up more positions for people to be full-time artists that are making art and getting paid well for it, then that's awesome. And I say, hell yeah. Like if like this whole like quote unquote gotcha, like, oh my God, they're charging us money thing is going to help to grow Neopets, to make it better for all of us who love playing it and put more features into it, more plot stuff, more games, like all of these cool poses and skins and stuff, and more customization options. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like that's all I want. That is awesome. I am so down for that. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, truly. And that's not to say like put everything in Neopets behind a paywall and all that. Obviously, I want the game to be able to be enjoyed by everybody, even if you don't have a lot of money or access to money to pay for things. But at the same time, I do just want to remind people that like times are different now. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but you know, back even 10 years ago, there was more free games available that were really in depth. Like there was a time where everything on Neopets was free. Like there was no paying for anything, to my knowledge. Like nothing was money. But unfortunately, it costs more for them to run the company and to keep the servers up and to pay people. And like, we want the people working hard at Neopets to get paid, right? Do we want that? Of course we do. These are just working class people with a job that deserve to get paid and not laid off. And, you know, it's expensive to run something like this. And so it's really just not realistic for the people who are like, I can't believe it's turning into a paid game. Like, this is ridiculous. It used to be free. I understand that everybody's broke. I totally understand that. I'm not saying like, if you can't afford to pay for it, then get the hell out, you poor, because I'm also a poor. Most people, you know, can't afford a lot of extra stuff. But at the end of the day, this kind of gaming experience is going to cost money. Like anywhere you look, most games that we play nowadays, whether it's apps on our phone or, you know, games that we buy for consoles or other online games, there is going to be a point where you have to pay for stuff. So I don't really see why people are holding Neopets to this impossible standard of like, oh my God, the audacity of charging people money. That's like ridiculous when it costs so much to keep a site like this running and to do stuff like this. And the people who are making this amazing art and programming the game and working on writing plots and just in general working at Neopets, they deserve to be paid, you know? And if they run out of money, then we don't get to play Neopets anymore, like point blank, end of story. So they need to be able to have things that are generating them revenue. And so I think it's a little bit unfair for people who are just like, this is ridiculous. Like everything's become paid. Like that's not true. There's plenty of ways that you can still play Neopets without having to pay anything. Like there's 100% a way to enjoy this game. It's not like you even miss out on that much. You know what I mean? It's all just extra stuff really that you pay for. Honestly, it's all just extra in my opinion. So like the only things you ever really pay for are clothes for your Neopets, which by the way, there are tons of clothes that you can buy with Neopoints. So even if you want to customize, you don't have to spend real money. You can totally fully customize, and there's plenty of awesome customizables that are super affordable and they're all Neopoints based. So they didn't even lock that behind a paywall. So now it's going to be like skins, but you can still buy paintbrushes. It's not like your pets are doomed to be 4 colors if you don't pay. Like there's a huge range of colors that you can paint your pet, and you don't need any of the NC wearables. I think that they do a pretty good job of like making it so it's enticing enough that most people will probably want to pay real money, but at the same time, it's not locking out people who don't want to pay or who can't pay out of like so much. I really don't think there's a whole lot that you miss out on when you don't want to pay for Neopets, honestly. So I think they have a good system, and I think that there's still so much that you get for free from this game that you don't have to pay for. And I have always been totally team NC UCs. As someone who never really had any UCs and never got into UC trading, it was never something that affected me to begin with. I've only ever had one UC that I traded for something that was probably not worth a UC just because I wanted it, because I didn't feel like learning about UC trading and getting into it. And so I only ever stood to benefit from this, truly. And I am benefiting from it right now. I mean, look at Banksy. I just can't believe it. I'm so happy. And then, oh my God, look at Vicious. Like just, yeah, that's vicious. All right. That sure is vicious. But I really do totally get where some people are coming from with being upset about the OG UCs, aka the original UCs that were left untouched for 16 years after the big bad conversion of 2007. I totally get why people were upset. I mean, these are pets that have somehow, some way stood the test of time. They've somehow, by some miracle, avoided being converted through a multitude of ways, whether it's like an accidental lab raise app or being hacked and then being on frozen accounts, just all the ways that you can accidentally convert a pet. By some miracle, they stood the test of time for 16 years and they were still there to that day. And, you know, before, every time I saw them on the site, I was always like, wow, that's so cool. It's like a little piece of the old Neopia. It was like a little piece of this whole site that we loved that didn't exist anymore, but there was like this living part of it that still existed. And that was really cool. And I think that's what UCs mean for a lot of people, or what they meant, because they're not a thing anymore. You know, it was like this symbol of the resilience of the players that stuck around all this time through all of these like really hard, harsh changes that sent a lot of people away from the game. And there was like this small, resilient player base that stuck around. And I feel like for a lot of people, the OG UCs really symbolized that. And that meant something to a lot of people. And so to have them finally end up, like in the end, they all got converted, that was sad. And I can see that. You know, I don't think that every single person who was sad or upset about this, about the NCUCs and like the mass conversion, is a total cringe asshole diaper baby bitch by any means. And then there's the whole aspect of like the trading community and like the UC trading community and how that totally it got flipped on its head by this. And, you know, some people assumed that there would be some minute difference. I don't think everybody was hoping that there would be this big, like obvious sticker that would be slapped on the NCUCs, like this one is not a real UC type shit. Like, I don't think anybody expected that, but I think some people were hoping that just the OG UCs would get a trophy and that would kind of like set them apart from the NCUCs, and it wouldn't like necessarily point out the NCUCs, but it would just give them a little extra something to keep them tradable or whatever. I could see why people in that community were sad to this whole like thing that they love to do on Neopets with the trading UCs. I could see why that going away would upset people, obviously, because this again is like a whole huge aspect of what they do on Neopets. And for a lot of people, like trading into UCs and then up the tiers of UCs was a huge part of their play style and was where they made a lot of their big goals and got a big sense of accomplishment for achieving them and all that. And so again, I really do understand where a lot of that sadness is coming from. And I don't think it's fair to lump everybody who is not thrilled about this in with the elitists who are just sad that like other people have access to this thing that they saw as a status symbol. Because at the end of the day, we're all here with our pets, and the pets should just be like reflective of what we like, no matter how cheap the paintbrush is or how like easy it is to get or anything like that. We should just like what we like and have our pets that we love, even if they have a bad name or this, that, and the other. That goes without saying that if anybody's playing this game simply to like tout status symbols, that sucks. You know, that's just no fun. If it's fun for you, okay, then go, I don't know, go get the last few remaining paintbrushes that are overpriced. Try to trade up for really good names or whatever. That's the thing. There's always going to be bougie pets out there. And the more I think about it, I love seeing everybody so happy to have the old art styles back. You know, there's so many people who didn't have the choice to convert their pets. Only certain UC like line art designs were kept for whatever reason. It's still unclear to me exactly why this happened, but there was some UCs that got the option to convert or not convert, and then there were others that never got the option. They just had to be converted immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The line art was forever erased from the game. And there are plenty of players who have been around this entire time who never got the chance or the choice not to have their pet converted. So like there's tons of players who had, you know, quote unquote UCs, because everybody had UCs back then, and they just didn't have the right species or the right colors. And so all of their pets got converted and they never got the choice. And that wasn't their fault or their choice. Like they were these enduring players that, you know, could have also had a symbol of like the resilience of the players and stuff. Like I just spent all that time waxing poetic about, but they never even got the choice not to convert their pets. And also, a lot of the UCs that people have nowadays, and I'm not saying this for everyone, but a lot of them are not with their original owners. They're with people that traded for them. And so it's not like everybody who's mad about UCs is losing this pet that they've had for so long and that they've preserved all this time. Like, yeah, that is an element of it, the whole preservation thing. However, at the end of the day, a lot of UCs are not that, actually. A lot of UCs are actually, they have shady origins. Like, you don't really know where they came from because, oh my God. Basically, long story short, like, am I really going to get into all this? UCs have been nothing but a nightmare. They really never should have existed to begin with, especially how they ended up becoming, but like at all. And I know that's controversial because that would imply that I think it would have been better to just totally scrap the old art style and go completely 100% with the fisticuffs bullshit that, you know, we all tolerate in most cases. I mean, obviously the old art style has this charm about it that we all love. There's so much to love about it. But then most people can agree that over the course of 16 years, again, we have at least gotten used to, if not come to really love and enjoy customization. Like, I love customization now. And I really, for a long time, was like anti-customization. Even when I started playing Neopets again, like, I was just like, no, I'm not customizing them. Even though I didn't have UCs, I didn't have the old art style, but I was like, no, I just don't want to. They're naked forever. Like, I hate it. Like, the wigs and stuff, it took me forever to get used to the wigs. And now that I love the wigs so much, now I see Neopets and I'm like, girl, your wig, because it just looks different. Like, I got so used to them having gorgeous, beautiful hair, and there's just so many options. It's fun. I like it. You know, like USOLs, once you start putting wigs on USOLs, they especially look so damn bald without a wig. But also, I love the old art style. I just think that a USOL with hair hits different. Anyway, all that to say that they should have just gone 100% if they were going to switch the old art style, because they never intended this whole UCs and not UCs thing. They never even intended that. It was always just, let's phase out some of these art styles that kind of work better for like the backgrounds and for this and that. You know, like I said, and I don't understand it nearly as well as some other people do. I'll put some videos of people who actually know what they're talking about it down in the description. I just want to really stress the fact that leaving the old art style at all was a huge mistake. It shouldn't have been done. It shouldn't have happened unless they had a concrete plan for the old art style and the new art style to coexist on the website, which they did not. They absolutely did not. I mean, just again, like going back to what I was talking about, the fact alone that only some of the old art style pets were allowed to pick whether or not to convert or not, and then other pets had no choice, that alone is a baffling decision that makes no sense, and it's not fair. And then this whole thing with the UCs has for 16 years been riding on what's fair and what's not. Like, oh, but it's not fair. Oh, but it's not fair that you take, like, don't take my pets away. Don't change my pets. It's not fair. It's not fair. It started out not fair, y'all. It like started out completely unfair. You know what I mean? Like, right the fuck away. There were some people who got to keep their pet's art style and some people who had absolutely no choice in the matter, period. And it just kept getting more and more unfair as it went. But the whole time, I think TNT has been scrambling to keep things fair, to make it so that they didn't auto-convert all of the UCs that remained because they didn't want to make people upset. Meanwhile, people have been getting upset this whole time because UCs have been wreaking havoc across Neopia for 16 years. And I'll break it all down for you in the simplest terms. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to go too deep into things. There's a lot of very specific events that I'm going to brush over, but I'll try to find resources and videos and everything that kind of go into more detail about those events that I can put into the description for you. But yeah, the fact that there are events, major events involving UC drama tells you a lot about how much of a fiasco this has been and how much of a nightmare and a headache. Just upholding UCs, keeping UC owners happy, tracking down UCs, all of this stuff for TNT that this has been. And at the end of the day, I know that we're the user base and like we play the game and they depend on us, but like it gets to a point where when something's way more trouble than what it's worth, I think that TNT is allowed to try to fix it for themselves, you know what I mean? And for like the game as a whole, especially because not everybody had UCs, you know? UCs were this really exclusive thing anyway, so it wasn't even like the majority of the user base was invested in them to begin with. I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense here, but basically, I feel like there has been a lot of bending over backwards for, people who wanted their UCs to be protected or like whatever. And that has been prioritized for a long time, but it's only made things worse, honestly. So over the last 16 years, like I said, they initially started out with leaving some of the art style on the site for unknown reasons. I still really can't tell you why they did that. And they have come back. There's a lot of people who were involved in making those decisions that have come back and talked about how it's the biggest regret of like TNT history, that they all agree that it should have never happened because it's only just unraveled from there. So when they initially did the conversion of all the art styles, except for those lucky few, back in April of 2007, they told the user base that there is absolutely no way that they could ever make new UCs or unconvert a pet once they've been converted. With that knowledge, everybody went forward just thinking, okay, well, then this is all we get. So we better be careful with these ones. And that was actually kind of the mindset of TNT to begin with, was that like, since there are so few of them over the years, they're eventually probably going to die out. Like the user base is going to dwindle, and all the people who have these old pets in the old art style, they're going to stop playing, their accounts are going to get purged, this and that, or they might end up eventually converting them, because a lot of people did convert their pets because they, it locked you out of using a lot of really cool wearables and stuff, and people got curious, and a lot of people ended up regretting it, but it's like they still did it because they were like, wait, I want to try that, and they didn't quite understand like the gravity of the situation and all that stuff. So they assumed that UCs would eventually kind of go extinct and die out. And that's not what happened. Oh my God, that's really not what happened at all. Holy shit. And then from there, things started happening that eventually uncovered the fact that TNT could unconvert converted pets. They could make new UCs. So everything from like the Jungle Boo situation, which I, again, implore you to watch videos about because it's a doozy. And then the situation in 2022 where these black market links started to be spread around, where they, if you went to the link, you could actually kind of go in through a back door on NEOPETS and you could unconvert your pets. Yeah. And apparently that had been floating around the black market for years. So a lot of like somebody, I guess, leaked this link or gave this link to black market people, and they were like covertly using it to make new UCs to sell, because that leads me to my biggest thing. The biggest problem with UCs has been the black market. The Neopets black market, y'all. I can't believe that we are talking about Neopets right now, because this really is like an underground crime syndicate that is so serious. It's like so fucking serious. Like there are real like adult, probably men that are doing crimes about Neopets. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, it's a real black market. I mean, there's real hackers that know how to hack, basically. There are real hackers hacking Neopets to get mainly UCs and sell them on the black market for hundreds of dollars. And this was causing so many fucking issues. It's not even funny. I mean, first and foremost, hacking, getting your shit hacked, getting your pets stolen is so devastating. And I know a lot of people have gone through that. And I'm so sorry to anybody who has experienced that. I cannot imagine that is a nightmare. And the first few years of this happening, TNT was like, I'm sorry, there's not a whole lot we can do. Like, we can't get the pet back, blah, blah, blah. They would try to get the pet back, but they couldn't. It was a lot harder for you to get your pet back when you would get hacked, right? And then after the whole fallout of like finding out that TNT had lied and they actually can reconvert pets, TNT realized that that was like super shitty. So they started doing these huge chain reversals, trade chain reversals. So basically what that means, like obviously I've touched on the fact that there is a lively UC trading community in Neopets, and trading into UCs requires like so much patience, so much time, so many trades. You need to trade this one over this one. You're sidestepping little by little, tier to tier, trying to get a little bit of a better pet, so you can get to the next tier. It's just so difficult and so involved. And again, cannot stress this enough, requires so many trades. So a pet would get stolen via a hacker and they would be sold to an account. And most of the time when someone bought a UC, I think a lot of the time they would trade it because they didn't want it to be completely tied to their account. Like, wow, where'd you get that pet, asshole? You know, you don't want to be like, I traded for it. And then, you know, you look back at the history and you fucking didn't trade for it. Nobody else has ever had that pet. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the pets that were bought off the black market ended up in the trading ring and they were going from user to user to user to user. And when you're trading, you have no way of knowing if you're trading for a stolen pet. You have no way of knowing that. And so people were trading these stolen pets. And then eventually they, you know, that the user that the pet was stolen from was logging back in to check on their pets and their pet was fucking gone on some random person's account. And they're like, why do you have my pet? And then that person's like, I'm sorry, I traded for this pet. I didn't steal your pet. I'm sorry. I traded a pet that I loved for this pet. Like, I'm not giving you your pet back. And then, you know, they were like, why don't you give me some proof that this was your pet? And they're like, why would I have proof that that was my pet? What do you think? I was taking screenshots of like, these are my pets just in case they get hacked and stolen and put into the black market and then circulated through the trading circuit of Neopets. Like, they never expected to need proof and not a lot of people had proof. So they were like, I mean, can you just take my word for it? And they're like, no, because I worked really hard to get this pet. So like, I'm so sorry if this is true, but like, it's my pet now. Sorry, I traded for him fair and square, but it wasn't fair and square. Because it initially started out like a crime. You know what I mean? So even though the user that has the pet now might not have done something wrong, the pet is stolen. It's stolen. It's a stolen pet. And that was a way too. Like, a lot of people have gotten UCs, free UCs, by being like, oh my God, the pet that you have now it used to be my pet, but it got stolen. And like, they've never seen that pet in their fucking life. They're just like, can you like give it back? And then the nice people, I probably would have done this, by the way. This is totally who I am. I would have been like, sure, yeah, no, yeah, just take it. This is your pet. If you say this is your pet, then fine. This is your pet. Here you go. Most people didn't do that, which again, I totally understand because it was a common scam. And so the person who got hacked would contact TNT and then TNT can look and be like, yeah, it looks like the pet got transferred off your account to this person and you didn't authorize this. And they're like, nope. And they're like, okay, then it was stolen and we'll just get that pet right back for you. 2 seconds. But in order to do that, like, how are you just going to take the pet off the account that has it now and then they're out a pet because they did a whole big trade? No, that's not what they're going to do, I guess. They're going to reverse the trade chain. And like I said, the trade chains for these UC trades were huge. Massive. And so you would end up with just pure chaos, just complete and utter wreckage. I mean, just everything that was traded, even if it was like a year ago, you just get this big reversal and everybody's got this pet that they don't even really remember having. And they're like, wait, what? What the hell just happened? And it's like this big, huge fiasco. So TNT realized that they would have one person who was really happy, who did deserve their pet back and was like, thank you so much. I got my pet back. But then you have dozens of people who are absolutely livid that their trade chain got reversed. And so they were like, fuck, we can't do that either. So they ended up starting to offer, so that they didn't have to reverse the trade chains, they ended up offering the person with the pet that they needed to take and give back to their original owner. They ended up offering that person a replica pet. Yeah, so the replicas ended up being like, the TNT would be like, go get a pet out of the pound or create a pet, any name you want, and we will UC it for you and make you like a UC that you like. That's cool. That way you're not mad at us for taking this pet away from you. And that, if anything, resulted in people being able to make their own UCs with really good names, because one of the big things about UCs is that their names tend to really suck because, you know, most pets names are not immaculately great, which is fine, by the way. It's just, it is what it is. And these were beloved pets that just stood the test of time. Again, so they don't need to have these crazy, great, awesome, very well named names that can like be traded for such a good high tier. You know, like they were just people's pets that they loved. And so that was the original UC batch. You know, there was a few that had pretty good names, but most of them were not good because they were just these relics of the past, as they should be. And if anything, I think that the bad named UCs have way way more charm to them because they really do encapsulate this period in time where kids were playing Neopets, you know, and they were naming their pets like Avril Lavigne dash X24 Winnie the Pooh, you know, like I love it. I love it. But this opened the door for new UCs and UCs with great names and all that stuff. And it put a lot of UCs into the market that were tradable. But these are UCs that they're not that emotional relic of the past. They're just like the ones that we're creating now, the ones that we're buying at the NC Mall. They're like just like that, right? You know, that's when you start getting into the status symbolism of it all. And again, I understand that people just enjoy the trading thing, but the fact that the trading community was steeped in so much crime is the best way to describe, like just crime, I guess, like stealing of pets and trading of pets that were bought and sold. The issue really came down to just like the trading circuit and like the values and stuff, which to be fair, I think that people who are just sad about losing the activity that they love and the little goals that they like to make and the play style that they have, that's totally valid. Also, to take a little break from like the black market talk, I just want to quickly touch on, before I forget, the whole thing with the trophies, because initially I think a lot of people were really like confused, me included, when it came to the fact that they were giving all of the aged pets the trophy despite not being UCs before the whole nostalgia NCUC thing rolled out. A lot of people were like, wait, what? Because a lot of people expected there to be some kind of an indicator that they were OG UCs as opposed to NCUCs. And I don't think that most people were hoping for like this ugly ass sticker that was like, this pet is brought to you by the NC Mall, like type shit. I heard the whole trophy idea floating around a lot, where like a lot of people were just like, oh, I hope that all of the pets who were UCs before this whole NCUC thing rolled out, I just hope that they get like a little trophy that indicates that. And so the fact that they did it for all pets past the age of the conversion was at first, I think, a little puzzling for a lot of people. Like I said, including myself. Like I even mentioned before that I was like, congratulations to Trudder for doing nothing. Go girl, give us nothing. Because that's how I felt initially. But then I was like, wait, Trudder was a UC. Even if she wasn't, she was. Because every pet that was born pre-conversion was a UC. And like they all ended up getting converted, yes, but like a lot of those pets never got the choice, you know? And so Trudder could have been one of those pets that was one of the designs that they just weren't allowing you to choose. And that made me think about all the people that have like pets on their account still to this day who they never got the choice to not convert. And now they're getting to like switch them back, and they're finally getting to put them back the way that they've always wanted them to be, back to like the way that they're supposed to be. And yeah, I think that those pets deserve a trophy. I do. I love that. I think that's like beautiful poetic justice, honestly, now that I think about it. Because yeah, like that wasn't fair. Initially, it was not fair. And I like touched upon that. It's all coming full circle, like how it started out not fair. And I think giving that trophy to all the aged pets is their way of like making it right and like making it fair with those people that they initially kind of quote unquote wronged. You know what I mean? And like, I'm sorry that your replica didn't get a trophy. I'm sorry, but like you were honestly so lucky to get that replica to begin with. And I'm not like throwing shade or anything. I just think it's like, whoa, like they gave you a fucking replica, dude. That's insane. That's like so cool. And you got to choose his name and everything. That's like kind of crazy. Isn't that enough? I don't know. You know, like, yeah, I'm sorry that your replica isn't getting a trophy. And I am so fucking sorry from the bottom of my heart to Jungle Boo for not getting a trophy. You know, like shit like that. I don't know. It's just like, I get it. It sucks that the value of your replica like plummeted a bit. But at the same time, I don't know. I hope you got a lot of trading in while you could. I don't know. And like, we'll figure it out. We'll have a new trading system. But I really think that more than the replicas, the pets that were converted because they had no choice but to be deserve that trophy more. Does that make sense? What was I saying about like the black market and shit? Listen, at the end of the day, for me, localizing this art style and making it so that there is actually a cohesive, clean system for the old art style and the new art style to exist together on the website. I really do think it's a good step for the new era of Neopets. I think it makes the majority of the player base happy. I think it entices people who used to play and left because the old art style went away to come back. I think that it relieves so many headaches off TNT, and they are already so overworked and underpaid, and they're such a small little skeleton crew. I think it's a no-brainer that this needed to happen. You know, when you really look at it that way, it really is, it makes perfect sense. This is, again, just streamlining this whole huge fiasco, this huge like nightmare that's been persisting for 16 years for Neopets. Like, this used to take up a huge majority of their time, is like tracking down these stolen pets, dealing with the black market, doing these reversals, making these replicas, all this shit, freezing these accounts that are stealing, and trying to figure out who's culpable and who is just accidentally trading frozen pets and all that stuff. Like, again, it was just a huge issue, a huge nightmare. A lot of the time when it would come out like, oh, TNT was making new UCs the whole time, what the hell? That would just be a whole fight, like PR moment for TNT. Like, whoops, we lied. Sorry, we didn't want to make new UCs. If you guys knew that we could make new UCs, you were going to ask us to make them. And we really wanted to try to phase this out. That's the thing. They wanted to try to phase it out, but then they ended up in this big, huge mess of their own creation. And they ended up having to make new UCs, and they never wanted to do that. And so I can just see them like just sitting there and being like, well, we're making new UCs anyway. They are never going to be phased out. They're not going anywhere. People are going to continue to steal and hack for them. There's going to continue to be this robust black market for UCs. And so what can we do to totally streamline this? And I think that this system that they've created is great. I think it makes sense. And I think more than anything, I think it takes out that whole aspect of people stealing other people's pets, at least for the UC thing. Unfortunately, that does put like very well named pets and Battle Dome pets at risk for being stolen by hackers. So that sucks. But the thing that we should all hope for more than anything is that people can't hack Neopets. Like, how is that happening? You know, increasing security and making it so that it's not as easy to hack Neopets as it's been is a huge priority for them. And so, you know, all the people who are saying, well, now, you know, the hackers are just going to steal other pets. Like, I don't know how any of this works, by the way. I don't know if there's ever something that can be completely impenetrable by hackers. I have no idea how any of that works. Do I look like a hacker? Do I sound like a hacker? I'm not a fucking hacker. I don't know anything about computers. I am barely able to record and edit this video, honestly. So again, I cannot stress this enough. I have no idea what I'm talking about in this regard, but I think that they're trying to increase security and make it harder for accounts to get hacked in general, which is great. But there's always going to be this fucking black market, which is insane, of like people buying items, which the botters and like the people who are hacking and doing the black market shit, they can already make items. Like, they can make items out of nothing, apparently. But they also steal them and cheat in general. They just do botting of shops, and oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad, the whole black market thing. But you have to hope that they're going to increase security so that that doesn't happen anymore. And at the end of the day, I think, you know, they're cracking down on who's getting frozen. They're trying to freeze more of these black market people and these botters and these hackers and shit. But they're also freezing people who buy shit. So I think this goes without saying, and I really hope that none of you would ever do this, but do not buy like pets or items or Neopoints or accounts, because people are literally buying accounts for hundreds of dollars. This is insane. This is insane, but it's happening. Do not ever buy Neopets items, pets, accounts, anything off these websites that are not Neopets. Don't do it. You will get frozen, period. You will get frozen 100%. Like, you will not get away with it. They will get you. It's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. It is not worth it. That shit's stolen. It's not ever something that like is gotten ethically. You're taking somebody's beloved pets away from them, and you will get frozen. So don't do it. If we stop buying stuff, then these hackers will stop hacking. I don't know what else to say, but I really think that at least taking the UCs out of it as they were, that significantly decreases the stock these black market people have to sell, because UCs were one of the big ticket items that they were selling a lot of. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying this all going to work out overnight or anything like that. Like, I totally get that there are so many issues with this. I read Neo Truth's Reddit post just like all of you, and I am just as absolutely on my knees in the fetal position, horrified by all of the information that continues to come out on those posts. And I just really, really hope that it gets better soon. That's all I can say. And I really, truly believe that they are working on it and that it's only going to get better the more users that are there are playing and supporting Neopets. And I truly believe that it's only going to get better as the company gets stronger and the user base gets larger. Like, they are going to continue to have access to more and more resources where they can really crack down on this issue. I don't know, call me naive for being super optimistic, but I really think that 2024 is going to be a good year for Neopets. I keep saying that. That's like my mantra. 2024, it's Neopets year. It really is. But I really think that, and I think that the more like momentum that they gain and all that, the better their resources become. I just said this, and then the better their operations become with all this. But this whole UC thing, I think, was a massive, massive step in that direction of being like this real thing that is serious and that doesn't have all these little weird cracks. And like, the UC system as it was just a mess. It needed to be cleaned up. And now everybody gets UCs. Awesome. It's going to make the company more money. Everybody wins. And I do see that there is a lot of people that are coming around to it that were a little upset at first, but now they're like, no, I mean, like, I still have my pets that I love. And like, leave it to the Pound community. You know, I'm not saying that Pound chat is the most wholesome place on earth or the most unproblematic by any means. Oh my God. But leave it to Pound chat and just Neopets players in general. Like, they are bouncing back. They took a week or so to feel bad and to cry and to be sad about this whole big thing changing. But now they are like, they're just bouncing right back, and they're already innovating and coming up with cool new games that they can play with like their little shuffles and things. They're trying to make do with the tokens, and they're doing like token shuffles and stuff like that. And they're making do with it, and they're finding new ways to incorporate the new UC style into their play style that they love to do. So the more time that passes, the more it's looking like a win-win for everybody, really, honestly. And so that's what I'll say on that. Not like that's what I'll say, as if that wasn't a lot of words. Like, I said a lot. I said a whole lot. So yeah, I think we're going to be okay, you guys. I really do think we are going to survive. I think we're going to be okay. I understand that there are some people who are upset, and I understand why you're upset, unless you're just upset that people can have UCs now that used to not be able to. If that's why you're upset, then I don't know, cope. I think we're going to get through this. I think it's going to be a good year. I think we all have the pets that we love, and we're going to be okay. And yeah, I am excited. I'm really excited. This is a big thing. It's 16 years in the making. It was a huge undertaking. And I think it shows the initiative of the team to do things like this. And I think it opens the doors, like I was saying in the beginning, for so many cool possibilities. Like, seriously, the whole skin thing could be so fun. One thing that I think would be really cool, I know that there's been so much artwork since the dawn of time with Neopets that people have made of like baby versions of every color or elderly versions of every color, like baby Dargan pets or baby mutants or like elderly fairies and stuff like that. Like, how cute would that be? How awesome would that be? Stuff like that. And like there's going to be other poses and like styles and stuff. And that is so cool. That opens so many cool possibilities up. That whole style studio with Umbra. I think we're in good hands with Umbra. So I'm excited to see where they take it. And I'm holding out hope. I believe in Neopets. I believe in the team. So yeah, let me know down in the comments how you feel about everything. You know, let me know if your opinion has changed at all, how you initially felt, how you first reacted versus now. If you did have UCs or you were a UC trader, like, how do you feel? Have you gotten used to it? Are you still not really all about it? Let me know down in the comments how you feel, and I will see you in the next one.